Shmai pawb, Lindsay Cordery-Bruce OBE. I am the Chief Exec at Wales Council for Voluntary Action, and I am joined this afternoon by Matt Hyde, who is Chief Exec of the Lloyds Foundation and our principal sponsor for voluntary, our headline event of the year. Massive thanks to you, Matt, for supporting us to put this on. We literally couldn't do it without your support.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. I mean, what an amazing event. Well done to WCVA, because, I mean, I think this is one of the biggest voluntary sector conferences now. I think you got over 1,000 people here, and you can just feel the energy and enthusiasm there is in the room. I mean, I think events like this are so important because what they do is they help people to learn, see some of the good practice that's going on, get a bit more inspired by listening to incredible people, and also cutting across different sectors as well. So you've had some great representatives already from the Welsh Government, from the private sector, as well as obviously all the amazing stuff happening in communities as well. And I don't know about you, but I just think we need these things even more after COVID than we used to.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely a role as well for how do we support the people who support the people.
Yeah.
Like this space is just for us, it's just for the voluntary and community sector. So while they spend all day, every day out there looking after everybody else, how can we bring everyone together so we can look after each other a little bit as well? I think the voluntary and community sector have a huge role in dealing with some of the challenges that are facing communities. And the way I see it is they're just the glue that holds our communities together. I think this is where the magic happens. We have statutory services that have their place and their role and doing their things. But actually there's just something really special about communities rising up and solving their own problems, and I really do think that the answers to everything we're facing in Wales, they're already in our communities. We just need to create an environment for that to come out and for that to shine and for communities to come together. I
totally agree with that, and I think everyone across the UK is facing very similar challenges around things like an ageing population and that the economy is not motoring like people want it to, and it's not inclusive, and we've got climate crisis, we've got all of these things. But the reality is we can't keep doing it in the same old way. And there's too much tinkering around the edges of systems, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's absolutely clear to me that alongside the state and the market, that third space of the third sector and the voluntary and community sector has to play an absolutely essential role going forward, because that's how you build community cohesion, how you improve health outcomes and health creation. It's how you develop skills, but in a way that people can find accessible.
Yeah, it's a really important time for our sector with the 2026 Welsh elections coming up. There's going to be a whole load of Senedd reforms. We're going to have 96 members to engage. We need to be strategic in how we build those relationships, but we're working hard to support the sector in figuring out, well, what are our manifesto asks of each party that could potentially be in government to make sure that the voice of volunteers is heard right across government, and that it's really understood that no programme for government can be delivered without a thriving and well-resourced voluntary and community sector.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting time, isn't it, in terms of the tectonic plates and politics. I feel like they're really shifting at the moment, and so that's comes with a whole set of challenges that charities need to be ready for, and how they engage in the right way. And in a way, I think everyone will be looking at Wales very much next year as to see what's happening, and at Scotland as well, to see what's happening, because that probably gives a picture of what might be happening across the UK as well.
Okay, so there's an absolute load of ways that you can get involved. We've got a busy calendar of events that are coming up, looking at the role of the voluntary sector in cohesive communities. We're going to be at the Eisteddfod, we're going to be at the Royal Welsh Show. We've also got some really good events on the upcoming elections and how you can have a voice to influence. So get in touch with our policy team and they'd be really happy to fill you in.
And for the Lloyds Bank Foundation, this is our 40th anniversary, and over that time we have invested nearly £1 billion in about 45,000 charities, which is an incredible achievement that we want to celebrate. And we will be in the Senedd on the 17th of September, so if you're based in Cardiff, we would love to see you there as well. Well, I think the voluntary sector's got so many amazing stories to tell at the moment. So really use your voice to get those stories out there, because we can't just talk amongst ourselves. We've got to talk to the public, to opinion formers, to really make them understand the difference that's being made now, but the even bigger difference that could be made if we change commissioning, or we shifted funding flows, or work together in a more collaborative way. So use events like today to get the support that you need and be galvanised by that, and then go out and evangelise about the power of what's happening in communities and the amazing work that you're doing.
Yeah, I'd like to draw particular attention to the value of lived and living experience. People have so many stories to share that are just inextricably linked with how we can get involved in volunteering, how you can make your voice heard, how we can give some of our seldom heard communities a great big fat megaphone to get involved. So yeah, I'm really excited.